we are the group for Lead Business Strategy at Darden, and okay, so our main goal in our Lead Strategy business is to rework the social. Our plan is to rework all the social media aspects of Lead, and in doing this, we want to set Lead at Darden apart from all the other Lead programs, as well as other competitive summer programs for high school students. Our main audiences that we're reaching out to are prospective students who we're trying to gain a competitive advantage over in relation to other programs, as well as their parents, because we recognize that, as we've said before, with junior age high school students, parents are going to be a large aspect. They're the ones paying for the programs, so they're a huge audience for us. As well as we'd like to continue reaching out to alumni, because a goal of ours is to absolutely maintain alumni connections, and that will help with gaining more prospective students as well. Our timeline in revamping all the different social media aspects of Lead, we recognize that different approaches are going to be more appropriate for different audiences, as well as different social media aspects. So in our timeline, we have before, which is the recruitment stage, leading up to the few weeks in the summer, as well as during. During the summer program, we're going to do different initiatives to engage the students and reach out by gaining information from them. And then following, to debrief and use that debrief information to not only improve the program, but to also use it to reach out to more prospective students for the following years. Our initial start is to create a new website for the Lead program at Darden, and on this website it'll be the main source of information. It'll be our central go-to place for all of our different audiences, as well as our sponsors and business corporations. It'll be the place where we connect all the forms of social media. There'll be links embedded for Twitter as well as Facebook and our blog. And it'll emphasize the unique qualities of Lead at Darden. With these different social media aspects, we plan to really showcase and increase the visibility of what makes Darden unique and pretty much promote why students would want to choose Darden over other schools. We're going to emphasize the curriculum as well as its specification on social media within the curriculum to really reach out to new audiences and new prospective students.
Now essentially I'm going to be talking about how YouTube and Lead go together. Now what is YouTube? YouTube is essentially the most visible video sharing website that exists today. Now whom do we target using YouTube? Well, we target parents. Parents need to see what's going on in the program to send their children in. I feel this is going to create a strong visual impact too for the parents, as they're going to get more out of the video than they get by reading what's going on in the website. Also, we need to target the sponsors. The sponsors need to know where their money is going in order for them to continue giving more support or more monetary support. We also need to target the college counselors. The college counselors also need to know what kind of facilities or what kind of activities are going on in the program, so that they can help gel the right students with the right kind of programs. Now what does YouTube promote? As I've already said, it gives the parents, the sponsors and the college counselors a strong visual impact of what the program is all about. We can also give them glimpses of the program and interviews of past students. Interviews of past students, I feel, is an invaluable device which is going to help students and parents know the experiences with which their children are going to come out of after the program. Now, we already have one video uploaded in the Lead homepage of Darden, which goes by the tagline Perspectives of Leadership at Darden. The four people you see in this picture are the four leaders at Darden, all like directors of the Darden Leadership Program. And I feel videos like these are going to really help give a lot of credibility to the program. When we hear definitions like Leadership is helping people be the best at what they can be while we collectively work towards a common goal. Help lend a tremendous amount of credibility to the program. Now, we're going to talk about the role of YouTube after the program is over. And so basically, in order to help YouTube be a more efficient device to promote lead, we need to put in keywords in the video description, such that if we type garden leadership in the YouTube search bar, the video I showed you in the last slide is going to turn out to be the fourth video, not the first one. So we need to put in more keywords in the video description for the video to show up higher in the search bar. And also there is no dialogue or comments going on in the comment box. We need to spur conversation between alums and prospective students so that YouTube can act as a dual device of video and dialogue setting. Also, one of the key essential benefits I feel of YouTube is that students can use their presentations of their activities which they've done in the program and help them to get admission in colleges and internships. Saying this out, transfer to Will for Facebook.
So the next big key element of our business strategy for Lead is going to be Facebook. Though we've isolated our most important and largest target audience to be the parents of the potential students, and yet Facebook is generally more geared to the younger audience, we still think it's really important to have a strong appearance, a positive appearance to that audience. So I'm going to start off by talking about the stage before camp begins. So Facebook and Lead, our audience, like I said, is these high school kids. As you can see from this podcast graph, that the biggest demographic on Facebook is the younger audience, and right there we have a perfect distribution between 13 to 17. So we're targeting that younger audience, and though it's important, like we said, to keep the parents informed, and they are our target audience because they're most influential in getting our kids there, we still want to have a good reputation with the kids. We want them to want to come to our camp as well. So that's where we're working on our cool factor. Our Facebook page is going to look a little different than our Twitter page and our blog and our website and our YouTube, because it's going to be geared towards that younger audience, and we want them to see something a little bit different. It'll still be professional, but it's going to be a little bit more enticing to the younger generation. So going on with the content of our Facebook page, it's going to be a page, not a profile to start off with, so you can like it. We don't have to go through the big process of friending, asking for friend requests, and responding. Pictures is going to be a huge part of our Facebook page. It's really important that the kids see the facilities, the beautiful grounds at Darden and UVA, that kids see other kids like themselves, a diverse group of young teenagers having a good time, but being professional. We still want to attract the audience that cares about being professional, as it is an academic camp, but we want them to know that it's fun as well, that we want them to have that interest. Videos, it's not going to be all of our YouTube videos, but there's the option to put videos. It's pretty simple, so we might as well. And then links. Links is the last one we're going to do, and it's just going to be to our website, to our blog, and to our Twitter. We're going to probably leave it at that, not overbog them with articles and things like that that they might get from the other sources. And continuing with the social media platform, it's going to be a big help in the after the camp process when kids have gone home. There's already a couple reunion pages, groups on Facebook that some of the graduated LEAD program students have joined, made their own little networks, and that's really important for us so that other kids, prospective students, can look at that and see there's a community here, there's networking here, and so as you can see, that timeline is really a cycle. So it goes from the beginning to the end, and now these kids have gone through the program and they're starting to network, but it's very visible. If you search LEAD, you can find all these groups, and that's pretty enticing to our kids.
Cool. The next social media tool we'd like to incorporate in LEAD strategy is WordPress. WordPress is a free software blogging website which allows you to either host your own website or start a blog. So we'll be incorporating the tool in the initial stages of recruitment. Essentially, we want to be targeting four, audiences in general. Firstly, we'd like to target the parents themselves, the parents of both sophomore and junior high school students. We'd like to target college counselors who at that time are compiling information about colleges, about programs, and trying to match that with the profile of their current students. The next group we'd like to target is the general educational community, because we want to use the blog not only to talk about what the program is about, but also about business in general. And finally, we'd like to provide alumni with the opportunity to use the blog as a referencing tool for new or potential candidates for the program. The primary function will therefore be to educate the parents on what the program is, to provide a synopsis in terms of what is covered essentially within the program within the 3 to 4 week bracket, to provide testimonials from alumni, and finally provide organized information in terms of when the deadline is and basically the application process in general. Additionally, we'll also be using WordPress after the program is over. And that will essentially be used to provide a brief overview of what was completed in the 3 to 4 week process, to provide parents with, information about what the kids actually achieved during that time, to use the blog as a platform to basically have new testimonials, post pictures and information about the projects, and finally have statistics about where the students end up in a year's time, which universities they go to. The secondary function of WordPress would be to post information about the corporate sponsors. That would be Goldman Sachs, Deloitte, and Google itself, as well as posting relevant articles about business, internship opportunities, and finally linking that up with the other social media tools we've already talked about. That really poses the question, how do we effectively use WordPress? The first thing would be to set up an account. That would mean find a host and basically read the document that is provided there. The next thing would be to find an appropriate theme. We'd suggest either the executive theme or the corporate theme, because we want to really build on the impression of being professional. And additionally adding plugins which will allow us to basically post information on various other social networking or social tools we've already talked about. The other thing would be to organize posts, to categorize them, so when parents do come to the blog, they know exactly what they want to find. And really have a consistent posting strategy so that it seems so that we don't give the impression that the blog itself is not updated frequently. And finally, using Google Analytics to find out where our traffic is really coming from around the country, so that later when we do look at the students, we can have specific strategies to basically go out and target students in different areas which weren't covered earlier.
So the last major social platform we're going to be utilizing is Twitter. And this is really going to be affecting all aspects of our timeline, the before, the general operation, and our debriefs. So our primary audience for this is everyone. Twitter is really easily accessible. You'll find it as usually like the top hits for when you Google something. So we want to get our potential high school candidates, parents of students, guidance counselors, and just anyone that's researching something business related. We want this to come up, and that's a way to build up like informal references to other people they may know that would be interested in this program. So our primary function is really building on just functionality and usability. We want to make sure this provides general information to our potential candidates. So like application deadlines, general reminders, any program updates or alerts that happen. So in this case, like if our application deadline was due May 5th, we could post that out there and people would have just an informal way to know that they're running out of time. And then our secondary function is really to build on just visibility in general and credibility. So we want to get indirect advertising, and this could be showing our corporate affiliations to get people interested in our program, and also showing our avatar on other sites. And then we also want to highlight LEED's dedication to business. So what's really separating LEED, the Darden, from any of the other LEEDs or any of the other summer business institutes? So we want to show that we know what we're talking about when we bring up news articles, events of interest, or educational videos. And these can come from organizations such as technology, engineering and design, Bloomberg, or The Economist. And lastly, we really want to make sure we're using Twitter effectively. So we need to be attention grabbing, but we don't want to be very gaudy with the way our Twitter's laid out. We want to make sure it's easy to understand. So when you have 140 characters, you're also limiting your fluff, but at the same time, you also make it a little more easier to make something easily misunderstood, as confusing as that may sound. We want to be consistent and regular with our updates, but at the same time, you don't want to spam your followers. We want to make sure we're posting stuff that's when it's needed and things that are interesting, but we're not excessively doing it. And then we don't want to follow anything and everything. We do want to kind of be selective with what we're following. We don't want to follow every NPR page just because it's there. We want to follow ones that really apply to our organization. And we don't want to submit our links blindly. So for every time we post something related to like a TED Talk or the Bloomberg TV, we're actually going to leave a little like blurb or just something to get someone's attention, and then we'll have the link. And then we can also have them posted on, as Zane said, like on our blog or on our Facebook page.
So in conclusion, in implementing these new social media forms, we're really going to successfully and efficiently reach out to the different audiences interested in LEAD at Darden, increase the reputation of LEAD and the general public knowledge of what it's about, establish our credibility and visibility, and work to recruit new students for the best summer programs. Thank you.